Okay, so in this video, I want to introduce the concept of the fill handle a little further. I've talked about it, I've used it a little bit and hinted at it, and now we're going to get to understand it a little better, okay? And you can use the fill handle in Excel with text, you can use it with numbers, and you can use it with formulas and functions, okay? So if I wanted to keep up with my classes for the days of the week, I might let's put Monday here. Then what I would do is I would grab the fill handle. Now, where is the fill handle? Well, the fill handle is that little, let me make this bigger here, box in the bottom right corner of the cell. And I know that I'm pointing to it when my mouse pointer changes from the fat white plus to a skinny black plus. And then I can drag and it will do the days of the week. And it's smart enough to know to start over again if I get, if I keep going. So that's pretty cool. Let's shrink that back down. It will do days of the week. It will do months. We did months kind of. If I type in Jan, okay, it will do abbreviated months. Same with the MUN. Okay, oops. Good old autofill. Okay, again, it recognizes common usage and puts that in. I could do quarter one and it would do quarters, okay, and recognize and count and repeat. Numbers are similar. Okay, I'm going to do the numbers going down, but if I do, well, I'll show you. If I just do one and try to fill it, it's not going to count, okay? It doesn't see a pattern, so it's just going to do a straight copy. But if I type in 1, 2, and I select both of those numbers, it will recognize the pattern and it will continue it, okay? And that goes for, if I put in 1, 3, for example, it would do odd numbers. If I did 0, 5, okay, it would continue counting by fives. It's pretty cool that way, okay? Let's add like a little bit more, 2, 4, and get my even numbers in there, okay, and do all of that. Now, here's something else really cool. So we've got our numbers that represents patterns, words that represents common patterns as well. If I put in a function, okay, and this doesn't make any sense to sum these, but I'm going to sum them anyway. I can put that function in and I can use that fill handle to copy my function, okay? Now, what did it do? In this case, it's summing the B7 through E7. When I fill it, okay, the range that it's summing changes relative to the new location. So here it changes sums B8 through E8, which is what we want it to do. We want the sum for each row, so we want the cell address to change. That's pretty cool for that. The big trick, okay, with the fill handle is not to mix up selecting and filling. Okay, if I want to select, I want my fat white plus. That selects it, highlights it, whatever you want to call that. If I want to fill, I want my skinny black plus. Okay, so don't mix them up. The tendency, once people learn about the fill handle, is they want to use it for everything. And if I say I want to put a title up here, learning the fill handle. Okay, and maybe I wanted to select it so that I could center it over the whole range, right? So we want to select the whole thing. Well, if instead of selecting, I grab the fill handle, see what happens, it copies it, okay? There's not a pattern, there's nothing for it to repeat, so it just copies it. That's kind of not ideal, okay? So you can always hit undo. Undo is great, undo is your friend, but you want to be aware when you're using the fill handle, when to use the fill handle and when to use the fat white plus to select. But don't forget about the fill handle. When you have a formula like we do here and you've entered it correctly, the fill handle is your best friend. It makes sure that it fills it correctly to all the other cells. Entering it manually can lead to errors. Humans do good work, but it's easier for the computer to be consistent. Okay, so that's it on the fill handle. Use it and you'll learn to love it.